Real quick before we jump into this video, today is the absolute last day to get entered to win the 2021 Honda CRF 110 that you see behind me. All you gotta do is head over to workforapparel.com. There'll be a link right there as well as one down in the description. Every $5 spent gets you one entry. Don't miss out. Last minute entries today. You gotta win that thing. Let's show you guys the wheels that are gonna be going on the f450. What's up and good morning, guys? Welcome back to another video. Apparently we've interrupted something right here. All right, now you ready to say hi? What's up, horse? Good morning, Gunner. Good to see you, buddy. How you doing? Okay. Hey, and Will, I just noticed I left a Milwaukee battery here out in the rain. And clearly you can see by the lake we've got going over here that, yeah, we had some random rain. I thought we were done with that for the year, but I guess not. Let's see. Is this thing still gonna work? Hopefully. We're gonna let this dry out before we put it on a charger, but pretty confident Milwaukee batteries will still be good. What's up, kitty? Everybody say hi to the kitty. Oh, all right. Yeah, we see you. We see you. Listen, y'all, I have never been a cat guy. Obviously, I'm a huge dog lover. I'm allergic to cats, so maybe that's why I've never been into cats, but that little guy right there is super, super cool. Every time I come home, he comes running up from who knows where to greet me. Now, I've got a couple things I want to show you guys today. One I've had for probably 2 months now. Well, I say one, but there's actually 6. And I've kind of been keeping them under wraps because I didn't have my full plan together, and I still don't really have my full plan together. But we actually got something else delivered today, and I figured, you know what, like, let's just go through all the stuff that we've gotten delivered recently. If you guys remember here at the ranch, obviously with the fires, we had no power for a couple weeks, and then periodically when we get super high winds, they'll cut power just so that if the power lines fall down, they don't, start a fire. Well, when that happens, obviously I don't have my whole home generator yet, so it ends up taking about 2 to 3 generators to kind of power up enough of stuff that I want powered. One of the main things is our well setup, which is just right over yonder, and to run that, we ended up putting a 30 amp plug on it. So I've been using this 7,000 watt Troy-built generator, but it's actually not my generator. I've been borrowing that from Chris's boss. He's graciously let me use it out here at the ranch, but obviously, it's time for me to be self-sufficient. So we've got a special delivery to replace that, which we're gonna show you guys in a little bit. Well, we've made it to the shop, and I actually forgot. I gotta show you guys something else that I got that you're gonna probably think I have an issue with. So a quick little funny story for you guys. The other day I was coming to the warehouse and I was talking to Dedek, and I'm like, it's funny how everybody thinks I'm obsessed with like floor scrubbers and sweepers, but I'm really not. I just happened to find 2 for really good deals. I couldn't pass them up. Literally that same day, I walk into the back alley and I see this beauty sitting right there, as well as that old R2D2 clunker we got over there. Dog, you ready to get this thing running? Oh God, close the door, bro.
Go in there.
Jeez. So the neighbors behind us, they do a bunch of like office furniture stuff, and so I guess they were clearing out an office supply place, or not an office. I guess they were clearing out a warehouse, office, whatever. And they're like, yeah, they kind of gave us a bunch of stuff out of the warehouse that they weren't going to use anymore. One of which being this bad boy right here, Mastercraft professional products for a cleaner environment. Mastercraft, wakeboard boats, floor scrubbers, seats. Same thing, same company. Not really. So I'm sitting there looking at him like, well, if they gave it to you, it probably doesn't work. And he's like, no, they gave us a forklift too, and that works great. So I'm like, well, shoot, in my mind, like, this thing probably works. And honestly, something this size is kind of more ideal for the shop versus my big ride-on one that we have back there. So after talking to it for a little bit, we tried hooking it up to a battery charger. We realized the batteries that were in it were dead. I'm like, hey, I'll give you $100 for it right now. If it works, it works. If it doesn't work, whatever, at least y'all made $100. And so they ended up taking the deal, and we got us a floor scrubber here. Now the thing is, batteries were dead and they wouldn't take a charge. So our buddy Eli over at Innovating Battery Solutions brought us over 2 new batteries that we're gonna put into this thing right now and see if this thing actually works. Again, I have no idea. So I'm either out 2 deep cycle batteries. Oh geez. Let me grab my wire here. Or we got a super sweet floor scrubber for another heck of a deal. She's a little stuck. You gotta lift this thing up. All right, back her up. Beep. Pop the hood. I don't remember how to pop the hood on this thing. Hold on. There we go. All right. So we've already pulled the old batteries out. Eli took those. Just gotta wire this new one up here if I remember correctly exactly how to do that. This is a 24 volt system here, which means the batteries are gonna be in series.
God, why are these batteries so heavy?
They're deep cycle, dude. No, what? Bro, don't throw out your back, man. You got this? I took a picture of the setup here. There we go. There's our old picture there. Again, I don't feel like this bad boy is sitting down in here properly. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right, we got this, Chris. We got this. We already started off bad. Just do a little flipperoonie there. That don't make no sense. I gotta study my schematic here a little bit more. See, all right. We got this figured out, Chris. We got this figured out. Two Idiots Garage / scrubber repair. No big deal. Let's just do a little bit of that. Alright, so this one's not self-propelled as far as I'm concerned. This one you gotta push, but the thing rolls like super easy. Now we need our little jumper wire here. Didn't blow up, man, it didn't blow up, we're good. We also haven't really hooked it up yet, but... Oh, why are you stepping back, man? You nervous?
I'm scared.
Now before we fire this thing up, just in case it like explodes, let's like give you a little walk around. This thing is super clean, other than like a little dust on the top, and clearly, I mean, it has been used. The little dirty water container here is a little bit used, but this one, being different than my ride-on one, this has like a sack inside of it. So if you show over here, Chris, hopefully the sack is intact. So I believe clean water goes in here, and then it just fills like the same cavity, but it uses this little sack to keep them separated. And then the dirty water gets sucked up in and sits on the other side. I mean, it's still got like the original plastics that protect the electronics here. This thing's pretty cool. It came with everything too. We even have pretty fresh squeegee, other than like this front side's a little broken out, but the back side feels the most important part of the squeegee. And then it came with this like pressure washer nozzle thing here. Watch your toes, Chris, watch your toes. I don't really know what this is for, but I guess if you're walking along and you want to spray some like corners out, this thing's giant. And there's a little hookup for it. You see right there, there's a little quick connect for the little pressure washer head.
Is it pressure washer head, or is it like maybe the spray soap?
It's probably, I don't think it's pressure washer, but I mean, you can tell they pinched the end of this thing to make it spray a little harder. Or maybe to fan it out. I don't really know. I don't know which way's on, which way's off.
Okay, just take the key out.
All right, that's off. Yeah, it only goes one way. Good? Everybody good? Everybody good? All right, turn her on. Hopefully she works. Oh,
I heard a beep.
I don't know what to push. There's no water in it.
Push something.
Oh. Is it scrubbing? Look at the brushes down there. Dude! I might have just come. I paid $100 for this thing. Go Google how much these things cost. Like, I'm telling you guys, I don't just buy these just because it's like, all right, maybe I'm a little bit obsessed at this point, but you find a good deal, you gotta jump on it. See if the vacuum works. And then, shoot, last but not least, let's throw some water in her, dude.
This thing will work very well at your house, like with all the peacock poop.
You think I should bring this to the ranch? I was kind of hoping the ride-on one would go to the ranch, but this is like ideal in the shop because the ride-on one's cool, but we can't get all the super tight spaces. This thing, like, you literally walk and push it where you want. So the only thing about this one is everything's manual. So like my ride-on one, you hit a button, the squeegee comes down in the back, the brushes come down in the front. This one, I think this is the brush thing here. You kind of kick it with your foot. Now you drop your brushes, and then your squeegee on the back is just this super simple lever here. ¿Qué pasa, Sergio? One hand, Sergio. Roll it. One.
Oh, jeez. Can I interest you in a Convertimatic today?
Maybe.
Good deal.
Great deal.
If I sell like scrap metal.
Hey, thanks, son. Dude, this one comes with water.
Holy cow.
Ugh.
Oh, it's filled.
It's clean water, though. It's got some cleaning solution in it.
I bet this works. Or it completely died with water in it. No, well, the key's broken off of it and the battery's dead.
Twist. Oh, twist for the brushes.
Yeah, brushes.
Then I guess you push it.
These brushes alone are like 180 to 300 depending on where you go for brushes. So,
And I actually think
that one works.
it might fit on my ride-on one. Sergio, how do we get to the battery?
No.
This is another tank. This is your dirty water tank, clean water tank. Just lift off.
I see it. The battery right.
Ooh, this one's got some spiders.
Cockroaches.
Is there cockroaches in there?
Yeah.
That's a big ass cockroach. Put this thing back outside where we found it.
Wanna kill it?
Yeah, dude, we're gonna hit the whole machine, Sergio. Jeez. No, we don't. No cockroaches. Just open it, man.
What's wrong?
Sergio's not scared.
Cucarachas. You can eat it in Mexico if you want.
Bro, that guy's huge.
Is it alive, bro?
I don't know. He looks in good shape.
No, it's not.
It's not alive?
No.
Eat it. There's a French fry in there too.
$100. You have to eat that French fry.
If you fry it, yeah.
Yeah, you'll eat the French fry.
You can eat whatever is fried. Flies are even worse than cockroaches.
No.
You don't think so?
No.
I'm gonna have to disagree on that one.
Chris disagrees on that one. I think it just comes straight off, Sergio.
Or something. Holding
You caught on it?
side.
Oh, maybe it just goes that way.
Oh,
Is it hinged?
watch out with the cockroach.
Easy, easy. Good deep cycle batteries in there. They look pretty new.
But the thing is that they left them to dry out.
I got a charger over here. Let's find out.
Actually, you got a 24-volt charger, don't you? This one's only 12 volt. Well, we can disconnect it.
We can just connect one.
Error. Still error.
You found a fuse?
Yeah, right here.
Well, that's a good place for a fuse.
So that's way down.
She did. Ooh, 2.6 volts. 2.6 volts. That one's good.
That one's even better.
Think they're a lost cause, Sergio?
They say if you do the slow charging,
Yeah.
you might get him back to life.
Let's get her filled up here. Hopefully, this little plastic bladder here is in good condition.
The bladder is actually kind of a cool design because you essentially get to use like
The whole width of this chamber here instead of splitting it in half, and then as water gets sucked out of the bladder gets smaller, and then you can just fill the other side up. So you can essentially get the full width here full of liquids.
smart thinking there, engineers. Smart thinking.
All right, we're not gonna put too much water in her just in case anything goes wrong. Now this guy's got these two little brushes. I'd say they're probably about 10-inch, maybe 12-inch brushes. I don't think they're quite that big, but they still look to be in pretty good condition here. Perfect again for what we're gonna be doing. All right, we'll put our lid back on here. Our cover. Now these things are important to have a good gasket on there because if you don't get a good seal, you don't get good vacuum. All right, buddy, you ready? Oh, shit. Bro, I just backed up and the whole squeegee just fell apart. Yeah. The whole squeegee's gone. Just that front part. I don't think we need that part. So the brushes on. I don't see any water coming out. Maybe they gotta be down. I don't see any water coming out.
So there's a chance, like maybe this thing just doesn't have water in it forever. The pump needs to get primed. I'm kind of nervous about pushing this thing that far up. Assuming they thought of this and you can push it and open it without water spilling out. Let's see. You'd think it'd be this little guy, right? Big one's the vacuum pump, so that's where the water comes out of. The flow jet right here, so this should be our water line. There's no water in our water line here. I mean, the pump's working. I just don't think any water is getting to it. We're gonna have to go a little deeper, guys. Seems like the pickup should be back here somewhere. I mean, there's a chance it's
This is
clogged with soap or something.
no, it's a filter. Right
Is it filter?
Got it. Let's run it without the filter and see what happens. No filter. Test run. So we went ahead and put more water in it just in case the water level's not high enough. I think it is, but
It's worth a shot here. Let's see. Maybe this little valve over here needs to be turned. What we got here? Oh, 0. Oh, maybe this is the water control valve or something. Unless it's just for this pressure washer, but hit the water button. Dog, I hear water now. I thought so. Yeah, we got water now. Dang, son, we just had to play with this little water control valve right here, which is in a really weird place.
this might be my best come up yet, dog. This is the cheapest one I've bought, the cleanest one I've bought, possibly the newest one I bought. I don't know. I can't find anything on these ones, actually. It's hard to find this manufacturer online, but 2 steps down here. We got brushes, we've got water. Now, do we have suction? Is that gonna work? We gotta find out. So let's kick on. Let's just actually do some cleaning here. We're gonna lower our brushes with our little foot pedal there. Kick them on. Oh, forgot, gotta hold the handle. We're gonna kick our water on. And then we'll kick our vacuum on. That's a lot of water. Oh, why is it so much? This thing's on 1. This thing was easy to push till the brushes are turned, and then it wants to run backwards on you. Oh, we got good suction now. All right, I feel like those little white things on the front like help kind of contain the water against the squeegee till it gets sucked up. So maybe they're kind of important. So now that we know this thing works, we gotta get her all polished up. We got some Mega Shine here from Renegade, rubber, vinyl, and plastic dressing, long-lasting, glossy, creamy, and water-based.
Let's get this girl looking good here. This thing's like brand new.
I might just get in the business of flipping floor scrubbers and sweepers because I seem to come up with some pretty good deals on these things. One thing we haven't tested yet is this little spray wand here. Let's hook her up to the quick connect on the side. Hey, give me some push towards me. Okay. I don't trust that that's in.
All right, so this thing's fighting us on going in.
I'm assuming it's pretty corroded inside there, being that water passes through it all the time.
Maybe we're not meant to have the 4-foot wand.
Albeit, I could see that being very useful if we take this out to the ranch and use it for the back patio. I think we're gonna call the old ancient one here a lost cause. I don't really want to hook batteries up to it. I don't really
Care to use this thing. Again, this thing weighs 500 pounds. Is that it? Right there, net weight. 513 pounds.
She's a heavy girl. Chris, let's push this thing back outside where we found it. This one, they didn't sell to me. I think they even realized like it ain't even worth it. So they put it outside. And the other night when we were moving Dedic, I'm like, well, I can't just leave that one too. I feel bad. It's sitting out there all alone. Oh, jeez, guys.
Now she's leaking. When this thing goes, it's gonna want to go. Easy, steady, steady. Let's go put it over there. God, bro. Jeez. Well, if my leg wasn't infected, it is now. Kick it back like a dolly. Oh, dude, it's cleaning.
All right, well, getting that big old clunker thing out of here gave us a little bit more room in the shop. Obviously, now that Dedic's gone, we need to take the time and like reorganize, regroup, get the shop back into like ship shape, especially for Zach, because this is gonna be his whole bay right here where he's gonna be doing installs and stuff like that on your guys' trucks. So we wanna make sure he's got like his ideal setup where he can work and do his thing. Well, y'all, me and Chris decided, you know, we got a working scrubber here. Let's
start cleaning the shop up a little bit because it's just been an absolute mess, especially right here around my pressure washer setup.
You have to climb over like 50 things to start pulling the hose out, and it's been an absolute nightmare, but
the floor in here looks pretty gross now that we've been walking on this water, tracking it over here. Should we try it out, Chris?
Try it out.
Let's see what it does.
I feel like these brushes might just be a little excessive here for
The floor, it's ripping up all this paint.
Yeah, Chris, who did this paint job?
Not me.
Oh,
That wasn't me.
it was coworkers.
Hey, they didn't want us to prep it right.
It's true.
They said, hey,
So-
this guy's gonna move in about 30 minutes.
It's about what this paint job is.
Peeling up more paint than anything, and then the paint clogs the squeegee and like lifts it up off the ground just a little bit, so obviously it doesn't soak up the water there.
This might become the dedicated ranch rig because, again, I don't care about the amount of water like getting sucked up. I just want to clean off the patios. Good news is we're eventually going to be redoing this floor pretty soon here. We're going to pull all the stuff from the front to the back, do the front, and then put it back, and then yada, yada, yada. That way Zach has a nice, fresh, clean slate in here to do work out of. Now you see, y'all, that is why I tried to rescue that poor floor scrubber, because I knew you leave anything out back there, they're gonna come try and strip it real quick. So clearly that guy's out there working real hard on tearing that thing apart. Regardless, I meant to show you guys the new wheels for the 450 today. Unfortunately, me and Chris just got like super tied up here getting the shop all nice and clean. So in the morning, I'm gonna take you over. We're gonna show you guys the wheels for the 450 as well as the other stuff that showed up. All right, y'all, it is a new day. We are back on schedule, and let's get kind of back into what this video is all about. Now, you guys are pretty smart, and I'm surprised nobody has called out
This giant pallet of wheels sitting right here.
Pretty sure they've been in the background of a couple of videos. We're gonna get to that in a second. First though, I gotta give a huge shout out to our friends over at Harbor Freight. Believe it or not, some of the higher ups at Harbor Freight actually watch my videos, and they knew we needed a generator out for the ranch, so they were generous enough to send me out
Their new 7,000 watt Predator
generator. They actually have a couple of different styles. They wanted to send me this one because it's got
bigger and more aggressive tires, which they know will be easier to kind of move around the ranch.
Let's dig in and check this thing out. It's got the old carbon monoxide shutdown, which is good. Automatically shuts it down if you're one of those people that apparently aren't smart enough to not put the generator in your house or in your garage. This thing will automatically shut off if the carbon monoxide levels get too high.
8750 max starting watts. We got batteries in there because this thing is electric start. And what I like about it is it's got an over 15-hour runtime,
Which is rad because obviously if we're gonna be running this at the house to run the well or whatever it may be, like we want that thing just to run forever on not that much fuel.
Let's see what we got. Beautiful packaging, by the way. This thing's actually in here really well. Handle kit, or our wheel and handle kit. Yep, we got our tires in there. All right, that's how we're gonna open that. We even got a little funnel for the oil. That's a funky looking plug there.
So far so good putting this thing together.
It ships with these little shipping brackets, which basically like secure the engine, because currently the engine is free floating on these rubber isolators, which actually are pretty dang thick. So you got to pull these off, but it looks like they paid a lot of attention to isolating the engine for vibration and noise purposes. I mean, look at the big rubber feet there. And again, those big rubber isolators to isolate the engine mounts from the actual frame itself. Alrighty, y'all, she is all assembled, and you can see this thing, it's got some great tires on it, and the handle's got a lot of leverage on it, so this thing's gonna be super, super easy to move around the ranch. It is heavy though, so getting it in and out of the truck is gonna be fun. Show you guys kind of the control panel over here. Don't mind that, I did that when I flipped it over and assembled it. This thing's actually pretty cool. It's got a 30 amp plug right there, which is what I'm gonna use to power my well. You got 4 120 outlets, and then they even include 2 5-volt USB outlets, which is cool. And then I figured out what these little boogers are for. You can see again that this is a pretty specific plug there. That plugs into that booger, which is a 12-volt outlet at 8.3 amps. I'm not exactly sure what you would use that for, but y'all are a lot smarter than me. Y'all probably have a use for it. I would fire it up right now, but I don't have any 10W30 here, so I'll probably take this thing to the shop, see if we got some 10W30 there. Now for the piece de la resistance. And I'm super, super, super excited about these guys. We'll start by digging in here. Show you guys the new rims. Here they are. These are the new rims for the F450 out there. Just kidding. These are Excel rims. These are gonna be going on my 110, which we've actually got a pretty cool concept and a build we're gonna be doing with that soon on the channel. But for now, we move these out of the way. Let's dig in. And you guys can see I've honestly only opened just one box to take a look at these. I have not pulled the whole pallet apart, and there's a reason for that. But let's show you guys these wheels. If you guys remember, at some point, be doing the F450 build that you see right there. And I've got a pretty general concept of what I want to do to that truck, but obviously like the fine details of what kind of slows everything down process-wise. But one of the hard details for me to iron out when it comes to a build is what wheels you're gonna go with. And well, after a lot of soul searching, I came up with a great concept, and I got to give a huge shout out to Dustin and the guys over at Custom Offsets, as well as everybody over at American Force. They put in a ton of work to make this happen, especially in a timely manner. And again, I've been sitting on these wheels for like months now, but let's show you guys the wheels that are going to be going on the F450. This is actually my first set of American Force wheels as well, but I gotta say, I am very, very blown away with the quality. We'll slowly open them here, and keep in mind they are well protected. Look at those bad boys right there. Kind of don't even want to pull them out because I don't want them to get damaged before they go on the truck. But, oh, jeez, you're big. You're big. Okay. We're getting up on top of here. Just look at that monster, guys. These wheels are massive. And these are actually the biggest set of wheels that I've ever personally owned. I mean, obviously, I'm building this truck for my dad, but all myself, 22s is the biggest I've ever had, and that's on the Denali out there. And you may be thinking, Ryan, those look like 24x14s. You are correct. One of the things we also went back and forth on was running a skinnier dually style wheel in the front, which you can kind of see here. And you can opt to run this style of front wheel, or what we're gonna do is we're gonna run 14 wides on the front. I just think it's a cooler look. It gives it a more modern look. And being that the plans that we have for that thing are to make it absolutely giant, I think like proportionate wise, it's gonna make more sense than having a real skinny wheel up front or a wheel tire combo. Got my little soft pad there. I wanna pull these things out and put them next to the 450 and see how they look. Oh no, don't blow away. Stay. Guys, these are going to look absolutely insane. I mean, the wheel itself is almost as big as the freaking tire that comes on these things stock. And just look at that size difference. Absolutely insane. Now, here's what I'm going back and forth on, guys. And maybe y'all can help me out. I'm not a big polished wheel guy. And there's a couple of reasons. Number one, maintenance. It's absolutely a pain in the butt to maintain these things and keep them looking as good as they look right now. Typically, like if you polish them, they look good for about a week until the next time you polish them. Number two, everybody runs polished wheels. So I want to change it up, whether that be a combo of polish and powder, whether that be brushed and powder, I don't really know. Let me know down in the comments what you guys think we should do with these wheels, but we got to do something trick and custom to these. Now we're going to package these bad boys up to keep them safe here. Because again, I don't know what we're doing for finish. And until I find out, there's a good chance we're actually going to ship these off to our friend Lacey Blair and have her and Zach over there at BCC Coatings do all the powder coat for them, because they're quite honestly the best in the game. Now we do have the smaller dually wheels. You can kind of see how these boxes are a little crushed down because these are, I guess, 14-inch wide boxes. So the rear dually smaller wheels are down in there. And then we've got the spacers, the wheel adapters, everything to make this work as a dually setup. Now, for those of you wondering, these are the American Force Quakes, but I'm beyond excited to finally get a start on that there 450 build. Now for our next adventure today, you can see we've got the old deck over trailer hooked up. We're heading over to a plumbing supply house because we got to get some culvert pipe, which is the first step
to the new gate over at Rhino Ranch. I will say, not the most trailer-friendly entrance here with all these yellow poles everywhere. Now I guess we go through the tunnel, and I'm gonna assume it's these two boogers sitting right here. Looks like just the ticket.
Oh, we got the drain pipe loaded up. The OBS is doing some heavy hauling today. These are 20-foot sections here, 12-inch in diameter. 12-inch might be a little small. It's almost double what's there already though, but I think we're gonna be all right. And I gotta say, guys, I'm starting to really enjoy chains more than straps. I think Mark DeCola mentioned it on the video the other day. Coming from a guy that used straps for everything to switching over to chains, I mean, just the fact that you can like run them in a stake pocket like that, hook them on, and they don't slip off like a strap typically would. We're currently in a standoff with the UPS truck here. He wants me to try and go around, but the trailer's never gonna make that turn. We gotta go out that way. All right, nice guy, appreciate it. Thank you, buddy. Good news is we have made it back to the shop. The drain pipes are still on the trailer back there. I believe Eli is out front. He's picking up Dedek's KX65. This is actually the Pro Circuit Ryan Ciosarulo built bike from back in the day. One of two that Dedek bought and one of two that Dedek sold right before he had to load them up in the U-Haul. So thankfully, a couple people stepped up and bought those bikes. This bike was actually in pieces just the other day. Zach went ahead and put the carburetor back on, put everything back together, got this thing running nice and minty. You never ridden a two-stroke?
No, I've never ridden a two-stroke. I've driven a go. Yeah, well, that's what I want to do. I'm like,
so be careful. I mean, you know a clutch, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So just be easy on your clutch. Don't let it out too fast. And good luck. Godspeed.
Yeah. So one down, right?
One down is first gear, yep. And then just nice and easy. There you go, yep. You got this.
Set off right?
Yep.
Yeah, dude, it's like, look at this shit. Look at this. And I got this for my kids. I don't think they're gonna get on it, dude. I'm like, nah.
I don't care what anybody says. 65s are fast.
Dude, they're fast.
Yeah.
Just listening to it when you fired it up, I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, this one is a fully built bike, so race gas only.
Hey, Dedek, you're the best.
So with that, we're going to wrap up. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're not subscribed already, please click the subscribe button now. They do not miss out on any future content. Don't forget to give this video a like, get a thumbs up. Don't forget to check out workforapparel.com because if there's anything you want in this life, you got to be willing to work for it. You guys are the best. I'm out.
Damn.